Hey, konnichiwa minasan, it's Gray from Wakizashi's Teahouse over in Japan. How you doing? Are you good? Are you genki? I hope so. I'm back for my second episode of Hot New Comics. This is for the week of June 26, is that right? Releasing Wednesday the 26th of June or Tuesday if you're from DC. Do you know what? I've got a big surprise this week. Unbelievable. After what I said last week, you're not going to believe it. I've actually got listed in my notebook 5 DC comic book titles that I'm very, very curious or keen to read this week. 5 from DC, only 1 from Marvel, and a whopping 8 indie titles. Now, a couple of these have been mentioned before because there were a couple of delayed titles. Should have come out last week, but they are due this week, and I'll get into those later. But yeah, as always, do let me know about your personal picks, what you're looking forward to, what you're going to be picking up for sure on Tuesday or Wednesday, because I'd love to hear your choices too. And let me know what you think of mine. Am I crazy? Have I got any idea? I don't know. My daughter doesn't think so. But yeah, anyway, enough waffling. Let's get on with it. We'll start, as always, with DC Comics. Okay, now, first up, we have Detective Comics, issue 1086, written by Ram V, with art by Stefano Raffaele, colours by Lee Luffridge. Now, this is $4.99, but it's an oversized issue, supposedly, 40 pages. And I know it feels like the Gotham Nocturne story's been going on forever, but I'm into it. It's kind of pulled me in. I'm enjoying this a lot more than the main Batman title. I think Ram V, yes, he's a slow burner. You know, he writes pretty slow. He doesn't seem to worry about what fans think, but I'm in. I'm in the story. I'm looking forward to it. It says here, as chaos tears a bloody gash through the sinister order of Orgham's Gotham, Batman is the city's only hope for salvation. But is the city too far gone for even the Dark Knight to save it? The second book from DC I'm looking forward to is Action Comics issue 1066. It's part of the House of Brainiac story, and again, I am really enjoying this cool sci-fi Superman story. Written by Joshua Williamson, it's got art by Rafa Sandoval, colours by Alejandro Sanchez. Sorry about that. Price $4.99 again, just like Detective. Seems to be the main price now for DC Comics. Well, for the majority of them. But here we've got Brainiac, we've got Lobo, we've got Superman. It's just completely bonkers, but I love it. And the Brainiac Queen. Let's see what she can do. This is closely followed by Superman issue 15. Again, written by Joshua Williamson. It's got art by Rafa Sandoval. Sounds familiar. Colours by Alejandro Sanchez. Wait a minute, I'm getting deja vu here. Now, this is the House of Brainiac. It says it's the core issue, part 12 of 13 issues. 4 of the House of Brainiac continues. Superman and Lex have figured out how to stop Brainiac and his queen, but it would take a great sacrifice. Doesn't it always? Can they do the unthinkable to save their family and friends? And this all leads directly into DC's summer event, Absolute Power. So yeah, I'm on board with this. I've been enjoying Williamson's run on Superman. And yeah, as I say, I'm really into this House of Brainiac sci-fi story. Bring it on. And speaking of Absolute Power, here we have the Ground Zero issue 1. This is $4.99 for oversized 48 pages. I'm going to read the synopsis for this, so here we go. Witness the trinity of evils rise to power in the can't-miss prelude to DC's summer blockbuster. Bridging the events of Batman, Superman, House of Brainiac and Suicide Squad Dream Team, this special oversized Ground Zero issue brings Waller's total dominance to the doorsteps of the world's finest heroes, using the combined might of Failsafe, Brainiac Queen and the Suicide Squad to do it. Now this is written by Mark Waid, Chip Zdarsky, Gleb Melnikov, Joshua Williamson, Nicole Maines, and it has art by Dan Mora, Skylar Partridge, V. Ken Marion, with a weird cover by one of my favourite artists right now, Dan Mora. What do you think? Not so sure about this cover, but I'm hoping this will be a good opening, a good prelude to the story. And my final book from DC Comics is this Black Label, Zatanna, Bring Down the House, issue 1. It's written by Mariko Tamaki, and it's got art by Javier Rodriguez. Javier Rodriguez, is he the one who does Batman sometimes, or am I getting mixed up? Let's see. I've actually marked this in my book with a question mark. It's one of those, it's like, You know, I'm not the biggest fan of Mariko Tamaki, but I will always give a new series a try. It's a limited series, it's black label, so it is overpriced at $5.99 for only 32 pages. But I've got to say, I'm a bit of a sucker for the magic characters in the DC universe. A huge fan of John Constantine, as you probably know, so a new Zatanna book has got me very, very curious. It sounds like the usual kind of, interdimensional horrors, and Zatanna's basically got to fight a terrifying demon, so I'm up for that as well. We'll see how Tamaki writes a horror book. Will it work? I hope so. Remember this, folks, when it comes to your past, you can run, but you can't hide forever. So it says in the synopsis. Now I only have one book listed from Marvel, and this again has got a question mark next to it in my little notebook because I'm a big fan of Daredevil. It's one of the first comics I ever read back when Anansi was writing it, but I've kind of lost it with this run by Saladin Ahmed. It's got art, by the way, by Juan Cabal, colours by Jesus Albertov, price $4.99 for only 28 pages from Marvel. So this is Legacy issue 672, but issue 10 of this run. And it's part of the Introductory Rights story arc, part 10 of that. So yeah, it does kind of feel like that's been going on a bit long. Calling Ram V, can you hear me? But here we go, I'll just read briefly from the synopsis, it's only a short one. The wages of sin equal death. For months, Matt Murdock, his loved ones and his allies have been plagued by demons and devils of unknown origin. As the mystery surrounding the supernatural forces targeting Matt and those he loves the most has at last begun to become clear... Jesus, that was a long sentence. The stage is set for Daredevil's greatest foe to return to Hell's Kitchen, bigger and badder than ever. Now, is that talking about Kingpin, or is it talking about Bullseye? Probably Kingpin with the bigger and badder than ever nod, yeah? So, what do you guys think out there? Or ladies, if you're reading it, are you reading Daredevil? What do you think of Saladin Ahmed's run so far? As I say, I'm close to dropping it, but we'll see. We'll give it one more issue. We'll see how it goes. Okay, let's get to indies. First of all, I've got Rook Exodus issue 3 from Ghost Machine and Image. This is priced at only $3.99 for 32 pages. Fantastic art by Jason Fabok, written by Jeff Johns, of course, colours by Brad Anderson. As Rook and Direwolf are hunted by the Bear Warden, Ursaw, they need allies to fight back. Direwolf takes them to a secret sanctuary called the Oasis, where we meet another enigmatic warden and his formidable crew. But can they be trusted? Yeah, I tell you what, it's hard at the moment to pick a favourite from the three main Ghost Machine titles. We've got Rook Exodus, Redcoat, which is also out, delayed a week this week, and Geiger. Oh my god, I've got it wrong again. So Geiger, which I'm enjoying them all. And I can tell you, I had the fortune to be able to read a preview and review copy of both Redcoat issue 3 and Rook Exodus issue 3. And they are both bangers. They're both really, really good. You'll be happy to know. So, if you're not sure about getting them, I would say 100% pick them up. They are definitely worth your money. And as I just talked about it, I'll bring it up here. I did mention this in last week's video, but Redcoat issue 3 is also on my list. Again, $3.99, 32 pages. Written by Jeff Johns with fantastic art by Brian Hitch, colours again by Brad Anderson. The unnamed immortal hero, Simon Pure, has made a lot more enemies than friends through the centuries. None more so than the macabre cabal of hooded cult figures relentlessly chasing him through those centuries. But 30-year-old Albert Einstein claims to know how to help Simon unlock his true powers. As I say, read this, it's an absolute blast, really entertaining, great adventure-filled story, with a nice dash of magic as well. Next we have a book which has been on hiatus since November last year. It's The Department of Truth, issue 23, from Image Comics again, written by James Tynion IV, with art by Martin Simmons. Now, I did actually drop this book in the last run, it kind of lost me. Felt like it was a little going all over the place. But I'm going to give it another shot because this is a very intriguing sounding opening story arc. I mean, just look at the cover. It's JFK. The assassination of JFK is on the cover here. It says on the synopsis, confronted with an enemy intent on exposing their secrets to the world, the Department of Truth makes a shocking choice. Go public first. But to understand Lee Harvey Oswald's risky gambit, we have to return to where it all started. Dallas, 1963, as President John F. Kennedy's motorcade passes the grassy knoll. So yeah, weird, freaky indie art by Martin Simmons, which I do like. It's very, it really suits the story style. Very atmospheric, scary, horror themed, and hopefully not too verbose writing by James Tynion. So we'll see how it goes. Yeah, looking forward to giving this a shot. Again, let's get back to the Department of Truth. And yes, another book from Image which I really enjoy. It's The Sacrificers, issue 9, $3.99 for 24 pages. Written by Rick Remender, and art is by Max Fiumara, with great colouring by Dave McCaig. With the world falling deeper into chaos, the consequences of Pigeon's choices come back to haunt him. Now he must decide if he'll be consumed by guilt and loss, or if he'll rise up to take his vengeance on the gods. As I said in my, I think my last review of this, or my last talk, it's just really high quality fantasy storytelling with great art by Fiumara. I really like his art style. So yeah, if you're not sure about this, you fancy a good fantasy story with very likable characters, also unlikable characters, but well written characters basically, then maybe give this a shot. And my final book from Image is Rat City issue 3, which again I shouted out last week, but I don't think it came out. I didn't see any copies anyway. Written by Erica Schultz, with art by Z Carlos, colours by J David Ramos. This is only $2.99 by the way, and it's basically, I've described it as a kind of Batman Beyond version of Spawn. A little bit of a 2000 AD sci-fi vibe to it too. Peter Cairn, the Deviant, has decided that he's done hiding. He's taking the fight directly to those who created him. So yeah, any interest in Spawn or a new Spawn title, which is still very early, it's a great time to jump on board. Maybe give this a look, give this a shot. Oh my goodness, I do tell a lie. I've got one more book from Image. Yes, Image are dropping loads this week. It is Grommets issue 2. Written by Rick Remender and Brian Posehn, with art by Moreno Dinicio and Brett Parson. So, it's part 2 of the skateboarding 1980s set suburban latchkey kid story. The Grommets' big day out. After some fine dining at the Bell, Rick and Brian meet up with the Jens to skate a parking garage. They'll face security guards, jock thugs, and wipeouts in a classic day of unsupervised danger, fun, and adventure. Again, if you've not check my review out for issue 1. It was a big surprise to me, this. I only picked it up because it's Rick Remender, thought I'd give it a shot, but I love the 80s setting, the kind of nostalgic vibe to it, and it's just fun action. Doesn't give a crap. It's really good. Give it a shot. Okay, 2 more indies to go. The first one is, I've marked with a question mark again, it's like a maybe trying it out one. It's from Dark Horse Comics. It's called Anansi Boys, issue 1, based on a story by Neil Gaiman back in the day, which I read the novel. It's written by Mark Bernardin, and it's got art by Sean Martinborough, with colours by Chris Sotomayor. Priced at $3.99 for 32 pages. Let me give you the synopsis. Fat Charlie Nancy leads a boring life as a boring Londoner, until he discovers 2 things. That his recently deceased father was, in fact, Anansi the Spider, the trickster god of African folklore, and that he has a twin brother he's never met, which kicks off a reality-spanning odyssey of sibling rivalry, jealous deities, and one poor soul who'll realise what it means to be a god. I've not seen any interiors for this. I don't know what the art's going to be like. That could be a big depending on how good it is, whether I pick it up or not. But yeah, I'm curious to see how it comes across in comic book form. And my final choice is from Mad Cave Studios. That's right. It is Gatchaman, issue 1. Maybe if you've heard of the Battle of the Planets, it might ring some bells, but if you see the cover, do you know these characters? This is based on an old Japanese anime from the 1970s. Which was kind of rebranded and a little bit changed for the Western audiences and called Battle of the Planets. It's a 5-member bird-themed superhero team. The full name is Science Ninja Team Gatchaman. How awesome is that? Here's the synopsis. A mechanical terror has descended upon numerous cities, and the world's greatest scientists are disappearing. Our only hope, Science Ninja Team Gatchaman, as they battle these machinations from the international terrorist organisation known as Galactor. Their strength, willpower, and even vehicles are pushed to the absolute limit. If they fail, who's waiting in the wings to take their place? Now this is written by Cullen Bunn, it's got art by Chris Batista, colours by Carlos Lopez. It's actually $4.99, so it's a bit pricey for a standard sized issue, 28 pages. But saying that, Marvel before they were charging $4.99 for 20 pages of Daredevil. So look at this cover. How awesome is the cover? I've got to try this because I used to watch the cartoon back in the day, back in the UK. The censored version, slightly changed version called Battle of the Planets. But yeah, going to give this a shot because I want to see how well it transfers to the comic book page. And here are the rest of DC's releases this week. We have Green Arrow issue 13, The Flash issue 10, Harley Quinn issue 41. 41? Is that still going? Then down to the bottom row, Batman the Brave and the Bold issue 14 at $7.99 by the way, Power Girl issue 10, The Penguin issue 11, and finally Primer issue 4. Okay, followed by that, it's Marvel, and check this out. Not including facsimile editions or reprints, Marvel have got 21 releases this week. 21! We have Ultimate Black Panther issue 5, Vengeance of the Moon Knight issue 6, The Spectacular Spider-Man issue 4, Bloodhunt issue 4, both the regular and the red band edition, X-Men 97 issue 4, and then the next row down, Superior Spider-Man issue 8, Spider-Gwen The Ghost Story issue 2, X-Men Bloodhunt Magic issue 1, Midnight Suns Bloodhunt issue 2, Symbiote Spider-Man 2099 issue 4, Helverine issue 2, Star Wars Darth Maul Black, White and Red issue 3, and then scroll down to X-Men Heir of Apocalypse issue 2, Union Jack the Ripper Bloodhunt issue 2. Now, I was kind of curious to check that out because I did do a review of issue 1. Do check that out if you've not seen it. Wolverine Madripoor Nights issue 5, Black Widow and Hawkeye issue 4, Jackpot and Black Cat issue 4, Thanos Annual issue 1, and Giant Size Little Marvels issue 1. Giant Size Little Marvels? You what? $7? Okay, and to finish, here are the rest of the indies. Something is Killing the Children issue 38 from Boom, Void Rivals issue 10 from Image, World Tree issue 11 from Image, Kingspawn 35, again Image Comics, Monstrous 52, another Image. Let's go down to the second row. Let me scroll down, make it clearer. The Walking Dead Deluxe issue 91 from Image, and then Grimm issue 18 from Boom. Image again with 3 here. We've got Universal Monsters, Creature from the Black Lagoon Lives issue 3, G.I. Joe, A Real American Hero, issue 307, and Feral, issue 4. Scroll down again, from Boom Studios, Animal Pound, issue 4, Image Have No One, issue 9, Boom Offer Rare Flavors, issue 6, and then Boom again with Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, issue 121. Wow. IDW have Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Saturday Morning Adventures, issue 14. Dark Horse have got Blue Book, 1947, issue 5. Then from IDW, Godzilla vs. the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, issue 3. Image have got Knights, issue 8. And then Dark Horse with Star Wars, The High Republic Adventures, Saber for Hire, issue 3. Whew, that's a prize for longest title. Dynamite give us Army of Darkness Forever, issue 9, and IDW have got Star Trek Defiant, issue 16. One more from Dark Horse, Ghostbusters Back in Town, issue 4. Goodness gracious, we're still going, here we go. From Mad Cave we've got Nottingham, issue 13. Dynamite have got Darkwing Duck, Mega Duck, Negaduck, issue 6. Boom have got Dune, House Carino, issue 4. Image, Blood Squad 7, issue 2. From Zenoscope, Grimm Fairy Tales, issue 85. And then Dark Horse with William of Newbury, issue 2. Go down to the next row. Image Comics have got Drawing Blood, issue 3. IDW have got another Godzilla, Here There Be Dragons, Sons of Giants, issue 1. Then we got a Valiant title, Bloodshot Unleashed, Reloaded, issue 4. IDW bring you Sonic the Hedgehog, Spring Broken, issue 1. And Image have got Self-Help, issue 1. Then AWA, Artists, Writers and Artisans Incorporated offer You and I, issue 5. Okay, we're near the end now, folks. Just a row and a half to go. Zenoscope have got Pooh vs. Bambi, issue 3. Dark Horse bring us Operation Sunshine, Already Dead, issue 3. Dynamite have got Sweetie Candy Vigilante, issue 3. And Mad Cave with Sanction, issue 2. Again, Mad Cave have got Gatchaman Ken, Deathmatch issue 1 for $6.99. Wow, I missed that. Dark Horse bring us Resident Alien, The Book of Life, issue 1. And then from Valiant, we've got Rai, The Book of the Dark, issue 2. The last 3 comics are, from Image, The Cabinet, issue 5. Dark Horse have got Lester of the Lesser Gods, issue 2. And finally, World of Archie, Jumbo Comics Digest, issue 141 for $9.99. And that's the comics for this week. Well, there we go. Thank you as always. Thank you so much for watching this far. I do hope you enjoyed my picks. Anything else that I might have missed that you want to let me know of? Do let me know in the comments. I'd love to hear from you. And as I say, let me know also if you like this kind of format for a video. I'll try and do this weekly. It'll be coming out every Monday. It's Monday night my time when I'm recording it over in Japan, but it'll be dropping Monday morning in the States and Monday lunchtime in Europe and the UK. Okay, as always, thanks a million and I hope to see you in a future video. Matane.